So we created the application video library application. And in this application, we have to implement the Redux library. Yeah? So to maintain application, you need the Redux library. This is our app. In this app, we designed all the functionalities. So here we have to start npm run API. It will start our API and application npm run build. So not build dev we will use. It is going to start our application, and we designed this application. We added all the functionalities. So in this one more you have to implement, which I showed you, user ID. So some user ID. When user logs in, it should get the user dashboard. Localhost 4040 users. Yeah. So John11 is the password. Yeah. So the password I will enter correct. John11. Okay. On login, it will display the user dashboard. What we discussed in this dashboard, we have to implement this watch later. This we have to implement. I will tell you the concept. You have to finish the functionality. Already I asked you to try all these, no? Search, likes, dislikes. I uploaded the project related folder into Classroom. I uploaded the project related folder. You have to download that and you need to design, right? So one more concept is how to add the Redux library and implement. I already explained. Yesterday I explained same like reducer. Today we will implement the functionality. So what we have to do, first step already I given, but according to our project. So Redux in video library project, what you do first, install React Redux with React support into project. That is the first thing you have to do. Already we learned how do we do that. npm install. So at the net Redux Toolkit. What is the thing? tags given here. Yeah. So two options you have to set up actually. One is directly you need to first install Redux Toolkit and you need to install Redux JS Toolkit. And you need to install React Redux. This is the support of Redux you need to do. First, you need to implement that. So, first you need to set up this. Yesterday already installed. So, let's open a new terminal and install these two. So, this is the first thing. After installing successfully, first what you have to do, go to src folder and add a new folder by name slicers. Yesterday I explained what is a slicer. Slicer contains the initial state, information about what data to store in the store, and what actions to be handled. So in that, what you have to do, add a new file. What is it? Video slicer .tsx. So you have to import create slice and configure the slice. So with the initial state and reducer actions, you have to define the slice with initial state and reducer actions. So you need to do this first. So here I will go to the project now. In that I will add a new folder called slicers. In that I will add video slicer .tsx. Here we have to import, what is it? Create slice. Create slice from, we have to import from @ Redux JS Toolkit. From here we need to import create slice person. We have to do that. Now we need to create a constant video slice. So is equal to create slice. Now create slice is expecting some options. Yesterday I given a list. But before that, first you need to configure initial state. Constant initial state. It is an array. Initial state is an object. With the two details we need to maintain. What is it? Videos, which is an array type. Another one, videos count, that is a number type. These are the two things we need to maintain. That means I need the list of videos and I need the videos count. Okay, initial state uses what? Initial state video slice requires a name, slice name. Slice name, any name you can give. Suppose the slice name is video. Okay, next what? You have to define initial state. Means what data to handle. We have to define reducers. Reducers define what actions to handle. We have to handle one action. What is it? Add to save list. That is the action. And what that action have to do? It will use two parameters. One is state, any type, another one action. Now what it will do? Through the state, it can access initial state. And through action, what it can do? Collect the data from your component and add the data into the store. That you can do. So what you have to do now here? By using state, you can access what? Videos. You can access videos. State have videos. Into that videos we have to push because it is an array. So what you have to push? Whatever data coming from this action. I already explained reducer. You remembered? I told you about payload. What is payload? In use reducer, I explained a concept called payload. Payload means payload is nothing but the data carried from one component to another, from one location to another. So whatever data comes, that means one video related data will come from action. So this action will have a payload. What we have to do, default there is a payload property. That action will collect the video details, which is called as payload. That means when you click here this button, watch later, what will happen? This video related information will be sent to where it will send to Redux store. That means this reducer will collect that. This reducer is going to collect it. After collecting it, it will store that into the videos. What should be the video count? This is okay. Next, what should be the video count? State dot what? Video count. Videos count. What should be the videos count is equal to state dot what? Videos dot what? Length. That means how many videos are present, its number must be stored inside this location. That is how we need to configure. So this is the reducers that you have to define. So what is a slice? Yesterday I given some points already. Slice contains initial state and actions. What data to be stored, when it is to be updated, everything is configured here. Now remember, this create slice contains two options. Actually, the create slice contains two options that I will tell you here. Create slice method comprises of various properties. So one is actions, another one reducer. So what you have to do? So you have to export the actions and the reducers. You have to export the actions and reducers. Reducer is only one which will export all the reducers. So what we have to do is here, after configuring this video slice, you need to export that. Actually, you have two options. One is what? Video slice, that is the slice. It is going to have so many. You see it have actions, it have reducer. What we have to do, we need to define actions. Actually, actions means nothing but action means this one. This is the action we are having. That means what actions will do, it will return all the actions that you have defined. And actually, these actions are object type. These actions are object type. That means multiple actions can be there. You can export actions. So which action to be exported? I can add one more action. What is that action? Remove from save list. Add to save list, remove from save list. You can add multiple actions. But as of now, you have only one action. So how to export that action? We have to define a constant. Object destructuring architecture we have to use. Add to save list. And we have to use what? Export. That means what it is going to do, it will export this add to save list so that we can use from any another component. If you don't export, it is locally available. You cannot access in another location. In a module system, you have to export any function, any object that you are trying to use across components. One more thing we have to export. What is it? Export default. Default, another one is what? Video slice dot reducer. This also we have to export. And you already learned in JavaScript what is a default export. Every module can have one default export. You remembered in JavaScript module system, you learned that concept. Every module can have classes, functions, and every module needs an export to use them outside. And every module requires one default export. Means not mandatory, but it can have one default. What is the default one is? It implements a eager loading mechanism. That means it loads and gets ready even before it is used. What is without default? They use lazy load mechanism. Lazy load means what? Only when you require, they will be used. They will be imported. But this will be default loaded and it is ready. Now we created a slice. Okay, after I will copy this code. This is the code of which file? Video slicer dot what? tsx. This is the code. Now your video slicer is ready. Next, what you have to do? You have to use a store. In the store, you have to maintain all this information, data. So what you have to do, the next step, so go to src and add a new folder by name store. So after that, you have to add a new file into store folder by name. It will be store.tsx. You have to add a store. So after that, what you have to do, you have to configure store by using Redux Toolkit. By using Redux Toolkit, configure store. Configure store so function is available. You have to use that function. Configure store from Redux Toolkit you have to do. Actually, what happens here is store uses your video slicer and implements the reducers defined in slicer. It implements the reducers defined in slicer. Right. So what you have to do is you have to define the store. Configure the store. So how do we define that? Let's go. We will add another folder into src by name store. In that we will put store.tsx. Okay, we are importing configure store. From Redux Toolkit we have to do this. And we need to import another one, that is video slice. So actually video slicer, from where we will configure that from, okay, from where dot slash, we have dot slash, dot slash, in that we have slicers, video slicer. We have to import from here, what is it, video. So video slicer. We have to import the video slicer from this location. Actually, it is video slice. What is the slicer name? What is the slicer name we given here? Slicer name is what? Acha, we given default, na? Default means you cannot put in this curly brace. Huh? So what you have to do, we have to import video slice. Video slice. From where dot slash slicers slash video slicer. From here you have to import. Because we made it as default export. All the contents are configured as default. In the slicer we made default now. Video slice as default. So you have to define the video slicer. Okay. Next, what to do here? Export function configure store. We have to configure the store. Now what store should do? So that means what is the store responsibility? As I told you here, store uses a video slicer and implements reducers, right? So here one important note is, so the slicer is configured as default export. So you have to import default and implement. So it is already a function, so you don't need to write like a function. Export, here you put default configure store. Actually, simply you can define export default configure store is already a function. It requires option. It uses reducer. Reducer is coming from where? So it is coming from video slicer. That means this video slicer contains reducer. That video slicer will contain reducer. You see, it contains two things. What are those? You can observe video slicer contains two data. One is videos, another one is videos count. Now what it is going to do, get these two details, that is videos and videos count, and it will put in the store. We are configuring store. Store will get the data from this location. And remember, it assigns to reducer. Now what reducer will do? Reducer can update the videos count and the reducer can update the videos. That how reducer will update? Reducer have an action called add to save list. We created na add to save list one action created. It can use that and it can implement. That means now store is ready. Now once store is ready, I will copy this. Configure store is a function. So here we have to define first syntax. Here I will give store.tsx. This is the code. Store.tsx and that is the code. We have to import video slicer and use it. Now next what you have to do is after configuring this, go to main.tsx and configure the provider by importing store from Redux Toolkit. We have to import from Redux tool. Actually, provider from React Redux. Actually, this is from React Redux. React Redux provides a provider. So what is the job of provider? You already know. What is provider? Provider locates value in memory and injects into application. Actually here application means any component. That's what it is going to do. So here you have to do two things: import provider and you have to import store. This is from your local store. You have to import provider and store. So you see now we have to use this one. So we will go here. We will go to main.tsx. Here we have to import. Import what? Store from store.tsx. That is because that is where we have the data. And we have to import one more. What we have to do? We have to import provider. Provider from, sorry, it is not from React Redux. You have to import from React Redux. From React Redux, we have to import provider. Now what we need to do, already our application is using a cookies provider. So here you can add provider. What is that? This is the provider. Okay. And what is this provider actually uses? Provider have a store. Provider have a store. So this is the store and we need to use the store. Provider store coming from our store. That means it should use our store. That's how we need to configure. Means what? In our store, what is the data available? Yeah, here I will map that and show you. Yeah. In our store, what is the data available? Two details are there. Videos array. Another one is what? Videos count. Now what we are doing? We are collecting that and we are assigning to the store. That means now what? it will maintain a global memory. It will maintain a global memory. In this global memory, it is going to store these two details. And this memory is available to this app. That means any component in that application from start to end, it can use that memory. What is the purpose of context parent to child? So what is the purpose of use state within the component? Within the component. Now what is the purpose of this Redux store global? Use reducer, Redux store, these are global. Means any component can access and use it. Any component, because it is now globally maintained and it is available globally, any component can use it. Actually, we can do it with reducers only, as I already showed that, but at a large scale application, it is good to maintain in a separate store so that we can easily access and use that data. Now, the key point here is, how do we use this? Means now what should happen in the store? Currently, videos are empty. Another one, video count is also empty. Both are empty. When it will be updated in the user interface, when user clicks the button, it will update. If you remembered, I told you to check and verify use reducer concept. How data is transported from our component to store. How data is transported from our component to store. In use reducer, we used one function. In use reducer, how to transport data from our component to store. In use reducer, we used a concept called dispatch. So already in reducer, we have learned that what dispatch is going to do, it is going to send the data. So first I will copy this. This complete index code I will give to you. This is main.tsx. Main.tsx means I given all the main.tsx code for you. Okay, next what you have to do, go to your project, which location? User dashboard. Component, your project user dashboard. If you haven't implemented that project, then you can't practice this. You have to first design the project, what I asked you to do, right? So here, next what you have to do is, you have to import use dispatch. You have to import use dispatch. You need to import use dispatch. So which is responsible for, what is it? Dispatching the actions configured in a reducer and update data into store. So what it is going to do is, dispatch will carry the payload to store from component. It will carry the payload. So we have to use dispatch. So use dispatch is a hook. By using this hook, we need to send that. And we need to import the function, right? Actually, you have to import two things here. Where is our component? This is user dashboard. Okay. In this user dashboard, what to do? In this user dashboard, you have to import two things. What are those? So you need to import two things. What to import? Import. So add to save list. From the slicers, we have to import add to save list, because that is the action which is going to carry the data from our component to store. Another one we need, what is it? You have to import what? Use dispatch. From React Redux, you have to import use dispatch. Use dispatch is a hook and add to save list is a function. Now, what we do, we configure a dispatch, a constant dispatch is equal to use dispatch. We configured the dispatch. Now, when you should send the data? When you send the data, we will write we will call the function here. Where is the function? Add to save list. So function add to watch later click. Okay. This should fire up when it should fire up when they click this button. That means on the button click, what you have to do, what? On click. On click, what to do? Remember, on click, we have to call this function. We have to call this function and send video details here. I told you events can send default arguments, custom arguments. Default arguments are event arguments. Custom arguments, how to send? Our own argument we need to send. In event binding, I explained how to send default arguments and custom arguments. Here we have to send our own custom argument. Which one I need to send? The current video I need to send. How to send custom arguments? To send custom arguments, I need to define an event. And what is the event name? I need to configure the event. And what is that event name is? So this is add to watch click. Into that we need to pass the parameter. What is the parameter we have to pass? Video. Video is the parameter we have to pass. Then this should collect the parameter. It should cut the parameter. This video is of what type? It is saying any type. No, it is not any type. It is of video contract type. It is video contract type. We created a video contract. That means when user clicks add to save list, what will happen? It will send the current video details into the store. It will send the current video details. Now this should be pushed into the store. Collect this and push into store. Who will push that? Dispatch. Dispatch will dispatch to which action? We have an action inside the Redux store. What is that action? Add to save list. Add to save list. It is expecting payload now. Payload is nothing but the video that you collected. That means what dispatch is doing? It is collecting your data. It is collecting your data and it is sending the data into this add to save list. This add to save list will send this video, will send the video into your store. That means where is this add to save list? Right click, go to definition. Go to definition. You see add to save list is defined here now. And right click, go to definition. Add to save list is here. What it is doing? It is collecting the action. It is collecting the payload. Payload means video. And it is pushing the video into the videos. That means now these videos are present. These videos are present in our global store. And it is going to update the length. Get the videos length and update into the videos count. Now the state is ready. Data is ready. Data is stored in global state. Data is stored in global state. Now we can access from any component and we can use it. How to access, I will tell you. First, how to test. Remember, as I told you, Redux Toolkit is for developers, not for users. For users, we can maintain a application state in various ways. Why especially we choose Redux Toolkit? Without Redux Toolkit also application state is maintained. Why we choose Redux Toolkit? It provides several features for a developer so that developer can easily track what actions are performed, what data is stored, because usually state is not predictable. We can't see what data is present in the state content and we can't debug it. We cannot test it. Now, what is advantage of Redux Toolkit? It provides the complete scenario for developer so that he can track what is happening, what data is being stored, when it is being updated, what data is being updated, everything we can know. It is good for predictable, debuggable, and testable. How? For that, what you have to do is to test this. To test this, what you have to do is first I will give dispatch here. So here I have to go to which one? User dash dot what? TSX. This is our component, user dash component. In that I designed lot of logic. That user dash I have designed lot of logic. In that additionally we have to implement this, right? Use dispatch and all those options. This is not required. Okay. We need to configure all this. Now I will copy this and I will put it here. That means in this already I uploaded this as a project completely. So you have to design the complete project to implement this functionality. Okay. Now what we do here. So another option is now once we do this, next go here where in our to test it, what you have to do is go to the browser. In the browser, you have extensions. In the extensions, you have to download Redux DevTools. Redux DevTools. That means what you do is, so download Redux DevTools. DevTools extension in your browser. Download Redux DevTools extension in your browser. So this extension, you can just search, you can just say Google for Redux DevTools, automatically it will give you the extensions, right? Or actually how you set up the extensions. Generally, there will be a separate store. You can see get extensions for Edge. When you open that, it will go online. Here what you have to do, you have to search for extensions. It will go online. Here you search for extension. Which extension? Redux DevTools. That is the extension. Already I added that extension. You can add that extension. There are so many. This is enough. This is enough. Actually, this is designed by Meta. Meta, that is officially React community. So better you use this React DevTools. Or you can use Redux DevTools also. That is also very good one. You can try because this is officially from Redux people. You can try any. Now what is advantage of that is once you do that, so you see now you add that extension. Now let's go here and Redux DevTools. I have Redux DevTools. I will use this Redux DevTools, and you see in the memory two details are maintained. What are the two details? You see this is the state. State contains two details. One is videos, another one videos count. So that means it in the memory it is going to show what is, and as of now action is empty. Action is empty, there is nothing. And diff mechanism is nothing but currently states are equal. Why states are equal? We haven't added anything. Tracing, testing, everything I will show you. Here action is empty, state is empty, state is not having anything. Okay, let's do one thing now. We will go here and click on add to watch later. And remember, if you want to put a confirmation also, better here I will put an alert. What is that alert? So add it to your wish list, watch later list, something like this you give it. So what will happen now? I will click on this. Suppose AWS cloud, watch later. I click on this, add it to watch list. Okay. Now you can see now video count is 1. And what is the video? The video title is AWS client. And observe carefully, for a developer, what is the concept is developer can see what is stored in memory. Not only that, you see the action. That means which action executed. The action executed is add to save list. On that action, what data carried? Data carried is the payload. Payload is nothing but this is the data carried. And not only that, it will show the chart. Chart means how the data is there. Means how the data is configured. It is going to display this. That means you can see state is collecting the payload, and the payload contains all this information. It is easy for a developer to understand every concept. What is the ID? What is the title? What data is present? And this is a simple hierarchy. If very complex data is there, object in object in object, it will clearly show everything to the developer. Not only that, this is actually chart. We have a raw. Raw is nothing but what is the object data collected. And this is the chart and this is the tree. Not only that, you go to diff, it will show you previously videos count was 0. Now the video count is 1. That means what are the changes happened? It will show the changes. It will show the tracing. Tracing is nothing but in your component where which one they clicked. Also it will show. You see, it will show that dispatch add to save list is executed. That means it is showing dispatch add to save list is there. And you click OK, that you can see it opens in the editor. And it will show you where the action is executed. You see which button is clicked. It will display all that information clearly. Right here, actually the colors are not great. You see which button is clicked, what clicked, everything it will show. That means for a developer, it is easy to track everything. What actions are performed, when it is executed, what data is stored. So every concept and which event fired up, everything it is going to show. It is going to display all the actions to develop. That means Redux is a global state. And to maintain a global state, we have so many ways. But why developers choose this? Because it is good for production, it is good for debugging, testing, so that we will exactly understand what kind of data is being stored, what data is stored, when it is updated. Developers have a complete idea on the data they are dealing with. For that reason, this plays one key role in state management. So we use the Redux Toolkit. In that we have a slicer, we have a store. By using them, we configured the global state. We collected the data and stored. Now, how to collect the data from store and show anywhere? We have to collect the data from the store. That means what I told you. I told you that when this button is clicked, get the data from the store and show it. Get the data from the store and show it. That you design a pop-up. You learned material UI, pop-up will be there. You can use a bootstrap pop-up. On that button click, on pop-up will come. In that pop-up, you can show the videos that they uploaded. You see, I added one more here. Suppose Java interface, watch later. That's also added. Now you go into the Redux toolkit here. Now you see the state contains two videos. Now how to collect the data from the store and show them here. So what you have to do is to get the data from the store. This is another important number 14. You can see here. To access data from store. To access data from store. To access data from store. You can import store in any component. In any component. That means what you have to do, you have to import store from the global. You have to import store from the global, and what you do after importing, you have to access. How to access? How to import store? Let's go. Suppose here only I want to use it. You have to import. Import what? Store from the store. You have to import store from the store. That's how you have to import. After that, what you have to do? Store dot, you have a get state. This get state function will have a store. That means by using the store reference, you can get the state present in that store. And important, that state is again having a store. The store contains two details. What are those? Videos. Another one is what? Video count. That means actually this store is what type? This store is an object. Through that you can access them and you can use them anywhere you want. That means what you do, you want to get the store, then suppose roughly I will give. So function add view, add a saved list. Here how do we use? Suppose I'm using console log. We have to get from where? Store. Store dot what? Get state. Get state have videos. You can get those videos and display. Actually, what is videos? Videos is an array. Is an array. Currently, I am using in a console. What you have to do? You put a pop-up on this click. In that pop-up, you display the data. That means you can save this. Saving in a local state, you can show anywhere you want. That means what you have to do, you have to display the videos. Videos and count also you can show. That means, see here, save list should work when user clicks this button. Where is that button we added? This is the button, my list. So on click, what we have to do, view saved list. That means what happens now? So let's go to the console. Remember, here, as I told you, there are more options also. What are those? It is having log monitor. Log monitor is nothing but, so when, which time, what you have clicked, So it have the chart. That means everything it will show. That means you have updated the videos count, right? It will show you all the information, chart, the log monitor, the inspector, right? You can view all of them. Now important is let's inspect and let's see in the console. So in the console, what we do, so in the console, I will click on this button. Where is it? My list button. It will show those videos. When I click on my list, what it is going to do, collect those 2 videos which are present in store and it is displaying them. Now what is your job? Just show somewhere. When user clicks my list, then show those videos in a pop-up or off canvas, right side, left side, anywhere you can display some and show. So I just logged them. What you have to do? So store, and you have to use the videos, or you can use store.what get state, and here we have to use this store.what videos count. That now your job is to display anywhere you want. In any component you can access it. It's not necessary that you have to use in user dashboard only. Now, is it possible for an admin to watch what videos user saved? Yes, it is possible. Why? Because it is in a global state. That means now admin also can import the state and use the state. And remember, we can even design a functionality in such a way that they can remove it. They can remove it. Why? Because you see in OTT channels, you can download some Netflix video or Prime video to watch later without internet connection. In YouTube also you can download videos, but they are not permanent. They will be there for 15 days, 20 days or 1 month. After that, the download will be deleted. Automatically they will delete. You don't need to delete. So that means they can remove. Admin have access to these videos. How he can use the videos after he log in? He can watch the global store created by the users. That you can do by using this technique. So from anywhere you can import and you can use it. That is the meaning of global state. Global state is at application level. That means you can make it possible, visible for various locations. Right? This is the concept of implementing Redux. How we implement Redux and Redux Toolkit in our project. As I told you, I will upload another project. In that project, so this is Redux and everything is also implemented. And that project is a shopping application. And that application, I will upload only a document to you. You have to see the document and you have to design. Everything you have to do. Means code also there, but you have to design according to the specifications I given in the document. Right? So I will upload another project also. This entire code I will upload, right? I will upload another shopping application project here with React. This you can do with any front end, with jQuery, Angular, any front end you can do it. So this is the project. In this project, it is an shopping application, means ERP project. In this project, what are the concepts we are using is, so these are the technologies we are using. So client side we are using what? React.js, server side Node.js, MongoDB, Express for APIs and all, right? And a complete documentation I given. In this, there are 9 modules. This project contains 9 modules. What are those modules and how they work I given here. registration module, shopping cart module, billing module, payment module, admin module, everything I given. And I given the database design also. Database design also. What tables, what data to maintain, what is relationship. I given the database tables also with database tables names design. And I given the APIs also. That means how to create an API for those API endpoints. We created API endpoints for video, same. And here I given the endpoints list. What are the endpoints available? And it is your React application. And React application, but now you have to create it with white. Because create React application is outdated now. It is not there. You have to use with white. This is with old. Right? You have to transform everything into new. Only the point is library setup will change. Rest of concept will be same. Means what components to add, what should be the logic in that component. Everything is there. But only one concept is I given this code only for your reference, not to copy and paste. You have to design up to database model design. You have to take up to endpoints. From here, building app is your job. And I just given this, but this is a old version. Old version means up to React 17, you can try this. React 18 and 19, you cannot do that. 18 also works, but 19 you cannot do that. For that, what you have to do? You have to reconstruct everything with your new environment. Use TypeScript as a language or JavaScript. Anything you can use as a language. So you can implement this. Admin module, user module, everything is there. Everything. That means what admin can do, he can upload products. What user can do, he can browse and view the products, add to cart for buying the products. All the functionalities are defined. So you have to design that example. I will upload the document. You try that. That means now you have 3 applications design. The to-do application with a JSON server. Another one, the video library application. Another one is an ERP. You can try this. And if you are a fresher, you can keep these in your resume also. In your resume, you can mention that I have done these 3 type of applications. So technically, these are good, right? And in these applications, now I will show you some concepts for implementation. Remember, project means you have to do. See, just listening and going is not enough. Because if you don't practice, you can't implement all these functionalities. Because when you practically implement them, then you will get an idea about every concept. So otherwise, no use, right? So you have to implement this project. First, you design the video library project, then you can implement Redux. In that, some more you can do. What is that? If you remembered, I told you, so you have the hooks, so many hooks we have learned. We can implement now use callback. You can implement now use memo like hooks. Where to implement, I will show you. You have to implement by yourself in the project. I will show the concept where to implement. What is use callback and use memo actually? So implementing callback and memo in video library project. In video library project, we are implementing this. Already we implemented so many things. Actually, what is the concept here? Callback and memo are used to save round trips. They are used to save round trips. What is round trip? Round trip is a process where every request asked by client will be processed on server. That means in web technologies, a round trip is a mechanism where whenever client requests, that request will be processed on server. Every time going to server, getting that from server is so much time consuming process. If your data is not going to change for certain duration. One second. And if data is not if data is not changing for a specific duration, why to load it from server again and again? Data loaded to your location. After loading to your location, user is requesting same data again and again. Then again and again it is coming from server. It is time consuming process. What to do? Cache the data. Memorize, cache the data. What is the advantage of caching the data? So that whenever he requests again, it will not get from the server, it will get from the cache. When it will get it again, when it will get again, it will get again when there is some modification in the data in the server. In the server, if data is not modified, then it will not get it. It will get the data from the memory of the client itself. That means saving round trip is nothing but you can cache the data and use across multiple requests. So data is fetched from server only when data is fetched from server only when there are changes, only when there are changes identified on server. Identified on server. So whenever data changes, then it updates. And if you know basic web technologies, if you don't know web technologies, everything is a question, right? So if you don't know proper web technologies, only HTML only you know, other than that you don't know anything else, then everything is doubt in web technologies, right? Unfortunately, we see people don't know what is a round trip, but they call themselves as web developers, right? So caching, round trips, these are not React concepts. These are all what general web designing, right? General basics of web designing. How data will be updated using WebSockets mechanism. In the backend, they use WebSockets. WebSockets will push the updates whenever the changes happen. These are all very basics of web designing, right? Unfortunately, people don't have proper web knowledge, right? But they become React developers. Proper web knowledge means web terminology is important. Because some people even don't know proper definition of a website. What they say, website is a collection of web pages. Right? Unfortunately, these kind of people become React developers. Huh? So technically, these are all not React concepts. These are all general web concepts. In React, how to implement those concepts you are learning. Right? Basics of web. Right? Round trip is a basic. How it is updated is a very basic. How updated? They use a WebSocket mechanism. What is WebSocket mechanism? Whenever changes identified, these changes are pushed. For example, you are doing some changes in your React component. When you save How it is reflecting in browser? How it is reflecting without refreshing? Automatically how it is reflecting? That means there is a web socket. That web sockets push the updates into the browser. Browser will show the updates. In the background, a lot of mechanism happens. If you don't know database, web technologies and all those things, these doubts will come usually. Okay. Now, generally, what we have to do, we have to implement. What is difference here is actually memo, use memo can store your data. Use callback can store a function. Store your data in memory. Can store a function in memory. Both are same. Only the point one will store the data only, another will store the complete functionality. So that is the concept here. Syntactically, what happens is use memo is just like use effect. It is just like use effect. What it is going to do, dependency. And what it is going to do, use memo. Now what it is going to do is gets value and it is going to store the value. It gets the value and stores the value. Use callback. Use memo is collecting some value and storing that value here. When it will store the value here again, that means remember this value is now cached. When it will update again, whenever any changes happen in the dependency. When dependency changes, then this will update again. Otherwise, it will not update, right? So use callback also same. That means what is that use callback same, but what it happens, suppose, so this is a function. This is a function. This function have to cache the data and keep the data. How this function can cache the data and keep the data? So actually what you can do is you can use callback. You can use callback. Use callback uses a callback function and it uses dependencies. That means it is going to use the dependencies. Now what use callback is going to do? It is going to execute a function. What is the function to execute? That means it will execute a function. So, and it performs a certain functionality. And what is the function to execute? Actually, it has to access what? View save list. View save list is the functionality it should execute. And when this should be updated again, what is the dependency? That means it will save. Again, it will perform the functionality. If there is a change in the video's length, if one more video is added, then only it will perform the functionality. Otherwise, if there is no change in the video, it will not perform the functionality. It will keep in the memory and access from the memory. That means what is the dependency now? Dependency is what? Store. From the store get state. What is it? Videos count. You can use videos count. That means whenever video count is updated, what will happen? Whenever video count is updated, this will fire up. If video count is not updated, then it will not fire up. it will not fire up. That means it is going to execute only when there is a change in the video count. Actually, you can use, this is callback. This is callback. There is another option. What is it? Memo. How memo uses is, for example, whatever the videos you defined, this is okay. This is on click. So I will create a function, get videos list. And what this will do, it will return the videos list. How to get the videos list? We have to use store. In the store, what? Get state. Get state will use what? Videos. It is going to return the videos. That means now this is going to return a value. What we will do now? We will put a constant. We will put a constant, and constant is what? Videos is equal to what we have to use? Use memo. We have to define use memo. What use memo is going to do? It is going to use a callback function and the dependency. It is configuring the dependencies. Now what is this function have to do? It has to return the data. What is the data to be returned? Get videos list. That is the data to be returned. That is the data to be returned. Actually, this is going to return the data because it returns a array. It returns an array. Now what this videos? So actually we redeclared. So I will say, means I think already there is a videos one. I will use one more name. This is saved videos. That will be fine. Now what we will do is, whenever they want to view the saved list, here in console log, we will not use the store. We will use what? Saved videos here. We will use the saved videos. Now what happened? What happened now is, when you click view saved list, it will get the saved videos. Saved videos are coming from the memorize. That means, are they coming from server? They coming from your memory. They are not coming from the server. They are coming from the memory until the video is changed, list is changed. That means, what is the dependency here? Dependency is what? Store. In the store, what? Get state. In the get state, what? Videos count has changed. Until videos count is changed. That means what it is going to do? Get the videos list and save the videos list in the cache memory. This is your cache memory. That means whenever you click view saved list, what it is going to do? When you click view saved list, it will get the data from cache. Earlier what we are doing, we are getting the data directly from the server, but now we are getting from the cache. Until which moment it will get the cache? Until the video count is updated. If video count is updated, when video count is updated, when they click add, when they click add, then video count is updated. If video count is updated, this will work. That means whenever the video is changed, then only it will get. Remember, you click view saved list again and again so many times, then it will not get the information from server every time. It will get from where? It will get from the cached memory. How you cached the memory? By using which option? Use. That means you can directly use the function as callback, or you can directly save the values and use those values. That means this is same concept, but this is saving your list. This is saving your list. This is the dashboard. Suppose you see here Redux Toolkit. States are currently equal, right? So now what I will do, here I click on watch later. When I click on watch later, add to watch later. That means in the Redux tool, one video is added. Previously it is 0, now it is 1. Now what happens? User click on my list, it is saying undefined. Currently it is undefined because we have to display them, not in the console. Where to display? It is in the store. Store is coming from cache, and console is related to actual DOM. Now we have in virtual DOM. You have to get from virtual DOM and use it. That means you should not use this one. You should not use log. What you have to do, use your virtual DOM methods, and in that here we have to display. So display your data in where? Virtual DOM. That's what you have to do. Means, as I told you, you create a pop-up or something and implement it. Already this I implemented with this logic in the ERP application for users and for add to cart. Add to cart means we have a shopping cart, view cart. For that I have implemented that. You check. So in this videos also I updated the code. In that code I already designed it. You try it. That means use callbacks, use memos, use references, all are implemented in the shopping application. So I will post that, you check them. Use references, everything I already told you. Use reference, use callback, use memo, everything is implemented in that example. You have to implement that example. If you design the example, then you will see. If you don't design, then you can't manage. That means to use these hooks and all, you need a proper example. First you have to try that, right? In to-do application also we can do, but have implemented in these two places, you try them, right? So by using these, what you can do, by using this, so you can manage the state, you can avoid round trips from the servers. Now one more concept is that, what is that concept is, now you need to understand how to manage the testing and deployments. Testing deployment is nothing but, testing is how we test the functions, and for that we use a just framework. Deployment means how do we push our application to cloud, like Git or Vercel or Netlify. Different clouds are there, you can push onto them. Those 2 points I will explain. That we'll see in next session. Tomorrow we will learn about testing and deployment. If we know testing and deployment, with that we finish all the concept, right? So how testing works, how deployment works, I will show you. And I will show an introduction to mobile. Actually, mobile development require, people are very excited without any basic knowledge. Like some people ask, will you teach mobile development? First concept is mobile development. Do you have mobile development knowledge? To design React mobile applications, you need to have prior knowledge of Android and iOS. Without that, you can't do. Right? People don't know all this. They simply ask like how to develop mobile app with React. Seriously, first you should know what is it, right? That means mobile applications requires knowledge of mobile frameworks. What are those? Android, iOS like frameworks. If you know those frameworks, you are a mobile environment developer. You can use React in it. And how to use, I will just give introduction about it. I am not going to teach you any Android, iOS here. Okay, but that is for the people who know Android and iOS. Okay, then tomorrow we will learn about deployment, how deployment works. Okay, right.